Our next speaker up, because this is an individual that's actually very tenured in delivering sales success at companies like Lead Forensic and Salesforce. So, this is real pedigree, and I think what's interesting, what he's going to share, he's done a lot of research into what does it take to be exceptional in the sales profession, and I'm looking forward to hearing some of those insights tonight. So Ben, we can invite you up.
Pleasure to be here, everyone. So good to see so many people. I just want to sort of take a quick moment to reflect back right the way to the beginning to maybe we're this big, maybe some people are still that big, and think about what we want to be when we're older. For many people, that might be an national, a racing driver, fighter jet pilot, whatever, right? How many people actually visualize being a salesperson? One person. Is your manager here? Joke aside. And when you come to think about it, that's crazy, because sales is one of the highest paid professions out there. Top salespeople can earn more than doctors, lawyers, accountants, and other highly regarded professions. So how many, and I often find people sort of stumble into this career somewhere or another. So how many people here today, now in your sales career, actually visualizes becoming that successful salesperson, that enterprise salesperson bringing in the deals? Let's see, raise a lot of ambition in this room. Great to see. But I think the difference in this career versus others is it's probably the least unstructured career path. There's a big mystery on how you actually get ahead, how you actually move forward. It's not as clear cut as other careers. And I find a lot of people tend to get a bit lost and take their time and eventually get there, but it's pretty tough. Throughout my time in sales, I've seen a lot of people become very successful. Some people really struggle to get by. During my time at Salesforce, I was surrounded by some of the very, very best in the industry. And to get there, you need to be of high caliber in the first place. And it's really quite fascinating, actually. I think salespeople, we kind of weigh each other up a little bit. And I think, what's good about this person? Am I a better salesperson? Is quite competitive, right? And throughout this time, I really started to notice what made these people stand out, what made them different. And believe it or not, it's a lot more than just sales skills. I think all training is typically about sales skills, but when you look at these people and what they did in their careers, there's some commonalities. And I kept noticing this. I kept noticing this over a period of time. When you look at personal development, so be that sales books, podcasts, or whatever, everything's about sales skills. And don't get me wrong, that's super important, but it's not the only thing. I think what you do in your career is just as important, if not more important. So after about a year of doing nothing for this idea, just having this hypothesis, I decided to do something about it. So I thought to myself, right at the back of my career, if someone guided me in what I could do, I might spend a lot more time having a successful career. So that really fueled me with the motivation and the passion to go and interview 50 elite salespeople all over the world, some really successful people from all corners of the world. And what I was trying to do was validate my hypothesis. Is this more than just some idea I had? And just last week, really happy to say, I completed my 50th interview. Took quite some time, and I've 100% validated the hypothesis. I feel I now know what are the pillars behind a successful sales career. But what's more exciting is to share that with you today, and I haven't got quite enough time to share the whole pillars of success. I've got 4 minutes, right? Thanks for time check. But what I do have time today is to share 3 things that you can do today. Depends how much beer you drink tonight, maybe tomorrow. 3 things you can do to accelerate your sales career. So number 1 is you need to be in the heart of the action. Where that innovation is happening, that disruption, where the big companies are, quite often it's digital transformation in other areas, you need to be in the heart of that. Quite often I find there's a lot of commoditized markets out there and it's pretty difficult to stand out. So you need to be in the heart of the action. But not only that is, you need to become an expert. You need to be more than just a salesperson. You need to become a consultant. So some practical advice in what you can do, because that probably sounds quite daunting, is analyze where you are today. Like, is this the future? Is this what businesses are investing in? Is this where the market's headed? And there's some great resources out there from Gartner and Forrester, all sorts of publications from some great people. You can research your space pretty well and analyze your space, but also look further afield. Look at different spaces. Are you in the right space? Figure that out, and then when you are, dedicate yourself to it. So point number 2 is this is a profession. Just like other professions, it takes quite some time to progress and develop your skill set. So it's really important to commit to be a student of sales. You need to develop your sales skills over a period of time. And that takes some time. So my advice to you right now is look at the people that are really successful in what you do, your current role. What skills do they possess? And analyze yourself. What are you missing? What do you need to learn? And build a personal development plan in how you can achieve those skills. But don't just do that in your current role, think about the next role and the next role. So when you build those skill sets, always be analysing that and own your career plan. And my third point is go and speak to people. It's very rare you find there's a path that has not been trodden before. There's some really successful people out there and they're often really happy to help you. But be specific. They just say, hey, can we grab a coffee? Like, what does that even mean? Like, think what it is you want to learn from these people. What is it you admire about these people? And go and pick their brains. So maybe there's that successful salesperson you want to be, and you're just curious how they got there. How can you get from where you are today to where they are? Be specific, ask for a coffee, and you'll be very surprised about how people are, happy people are to help you. So to summarize, 3 things you can do, let's say tomorrow, right? Join in, 3 things you can do tomorrow is point 1, be in the heart of the action and become an expert. Point 2, commit today to be a student of sales. And point 3 is seek that mentorship, but be specific in how you ask for that. And there's one last thing I can leave you with is sales is a roller coaster ride. I can definitely tell you that from experience. You can have some serious highs, and those are the best times, but you can have some real lows as well. I was just talking to a friend earlier on today about that, and I remember I was this close to securing a 7-figure deal. It was my first 7-figure deal at the time. We all thought we'd won the deal. Our management team thought we'd won the deal. Our competition thought we'd won the deal. I actually became friends with that person after. And then we did it at last minute. That deal was just gone. And that was a hard loss, but what I learned from that allowed me to propel and with a series of deals thereafter. So own your career plan, and above all, enjoy it. It's a great ride.
Thank you.